And I wanted to take the opportunity to acknowledge that at least I am on the traditional territory of the Ohlone people. I'm here in the Bay Area of California, and it's really important that we recognize whose land we are on. And if you are not in the Bay Area in California, you can still find out where you are. There's a wonderful website, Native Land Digital, and you can go on that website and find out whose land you occupy. It's really important to be respectful of the people that came before us. And of course, also very good to do good works beyond land acknowledgement. I think we are a little bit used to acknowledging our land, but hey, what else? And there are things that we can do. So here locally, the Ohlone community is in the East Bay. It has no land base. They are not a federally recognized tribe in the US and really don't have any rights. And so they have formed a nonprofit, the Sogate Land Trust. And they have a Shumi land tax that we contribute to, and they're using that money to have a rematriation of the land. It's a woman-led cooperative, and they have taking on land, half an acre at the time, and growing herbal medicines and other things. And it's really inspiring group. So I encourage everybody to get involved locally in supporting Native peoples. All right. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors. So we are going to have a sponsor showcase at the mid part of the day where we'll hear from some of our wonderful sponsors. And we have sponsorship booths at the end of the day. But I did want to take just a quick shout out to Paint Care, Zanker, Strategic Materials, Recyclist, Cascadia, Race to Zero Waste, Zero Waste Sonoma, Green Education US, Urban Ore, Sure Clothes, SES Engineers, Bob Geddard, Zeri West Associates, Payzone, BioBag. And I also wanted to acknowledge our partners in this program. And in addition to National Recycling Coalition, we are supported by ZWIA, Zero Waste International Alliance, the Zero Waste Youth USA, and True. And True did a wonderful job of hosting the first day of our conference. So thank you all so much. Reminder that we will have a happy hour, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at the end of the day today. We will have virtual booths. We'll hear from Green Education US, Paint Care, Race to Zero Waste, Recyclist. We'll have a virtual tour of Zanker Recycling and Zero Waste Associates, Zero Waste USA, and Zero Waste International Alliance. And what we found yesterday is that there's a lot of times we were observing the day, hearing from a lot of great stuff from folks throughout their sessions. At the end of the day, we could really let our hair down and talk to each other. And so it was really the conference part of the Zero Waste Conference. And it was great to be able to talk to other people and communicate. That was awesome. So as we get into our program, I wanted to do a little bit of kind of orientation. We know why we're here. We're at a Zero Waste Conference because we're here to talk about zero waste. And so I wanted to remind everybody that there is an internationally peer-reviewed definition of zero waste that is curated by the Zero Waste International Alliance. Zero Waste USA is a national affiliate of the Zero Waste International Alliance, and we support their work. They do review and they reach out to zero waste organizations across the globe on matters of zero waste principles and the zero waste hierarchy, and have developed the zero waste definition, which is the conservation of all resources by means of responsible production, consumption, reuse and recovery of products, packaging, and materials without burning and with no discharges to land, water, or air that threaten the environment or human health. And I really encourage everybody, when you're talking about zero waste, to reference this definition and acknowledge that, we're in zero waste to landfill is not a thing. It's really no burn, no bury, and especially that recognition that we're all in this together. I wanted to point out, everyone, that we do have a zero waste hierarchy of highest and best use, which is also curated by the Zero Waste International Alliance. And we are going to be following this hierarchy today. So we're going to be following the rethink and redesign, reduce and reuse, recycle and compost. that's probably about as far as we are going to get in terms of the zero waste hierarchy. We're not going to spend too much time on residuals management or incineration. However, Gabrielle Houston from Gaia will be giving us a little peek into their brand new anti-incinerator toolkit. So that will be interesting as well. So here's our program. I will share on the screen before we all leave and in the chat how to get to the main program, but I'm just going to go over it briefly so you can see how we follow the hierarchy. So our first plenary will be about
waste reduction, not reuse. On this,
are you there?
So
hello? Oops, there you go. Our first plenary will be on rethink and redesign. So that's the top of the hierarchy and our highest goal and the things that we should all be focusing on. That's why that's the big slice. We'll also hear a keynote from Yvette Ariano from Fence Line Watch. They will be telling us about the impacts of plastic production and why we really need to think not just about the end of the pipe, but the beginning of the pipe. We'll then have another plenary on rethinking foodware systems. We'll have then launch into our concurrent sessions, which will focus on rethink, reduce, and reuse. We'll come back to the main stage for our plenary on reuse. We'll have our sponsor showcase. We'll go back into our concurrent sessions to, again, another great group of panels on rethink, reduce, and reuse. We'll come back and hear Zero Waste Community Solutions from Paul Connett. And we will have a couple of plenaries. One is on recycling infrastructure, and the other one is on Cool Now. And Cool stands for Keep Compostable Organics Out of Landfills Now. And then we'll have our concurrent sessions, our last group of concurrent sessions on recycle and compost. And then we'll come back and have happy hour with our sponsors. So that is our program. And I will stop sharing and turn it over to Chris to introduce our first plenary. Are we ready, Chris? Chris Attorney? No, it was Jeremy. Sorry, Jeremy. I'll turn it over to Jeremy for our first plenary.